G'day, how you going? I'm Ianapolis, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to my video channel. I hope you had a good look at that picture in the opening credits. You can wind it back and have a look, but that's what we're going to paint today on a landscape layout. I've got a canvas panel here and there's the sizes up there in centimetres and inches. And I'll also put the colours up the screen so you can see what colours we're going to use in this video as well. And this is a beginner's video, so it's going to be something quite simple and effective for you beginners to paint along with, alright? So I hope you have a bit of fun with me. Alright, let's come back down here now and we'll get on with this video, alright? Now down here on my palette I've got some Student Paint Flow Soft Body Craft Paint. It's just poster paint from the $2 shop, craft shops and hardware stores, okay? Now I've got some medium mixed in that, and that's a clear retarder that's going to slow down the drying time of my paint because I don't want this to dry too quick. I want to be able to blend on the top up there on my canvas like an oil painting, like an oil artist, okay? So I'll prime in the sky area where we're going to have the sky. So this is going to condition the surface of our canvas so we can get our merging and blending colours up there in the sky. Alright, so I'm just going to neatly stroke those brush strokes evenly across there. So without cleaning my brush, I mean I probably could give it a bit of a bulk build up of that paint, a wipe off. Now I've got phthalo blue and it's a red shade, okay? And I want to create a sky from the top down coming lighter, okay? So I've just got this 2-inch brush. It's just a cheap synthetic type brush, but it's something I can control the application of the paint. So I want to start at the top of the sky. It's mixing with that white under there, which is fine. I know it's going to do that. Now I'm going to slowly bring it down, and I want this to get lighter at the bottom. You can crisscross it all in the stitching of your canvas if you need to, like that, and get it down to the horizon line somewhere. Okay, that's fine. Now without even cleaning that brush again, I want to grab a little bit of quinacridone magenta and start mixing with the paint that's on me brush. Okay, a little bit more because I'm looking for that hazy violety purpley colour we have in the bottom of the sky. Okay, I finally got it. I've been going to stages here until it's the tone I want. And I want my horizon line higher than the centre, okay, maybe about there. Because I'm going to have the water and then the dune and the... So I'll get this on there. That's still wet, that blue. And I'm just pushing this into my sky area. Get a bit more on your brush. There we go. It's kind of like a lilac colour, purpley lilac colour, but it's just subtle there on the sky. Alright, a lot of people are asking me what blending brushes do I use. I just use these 2-inch type from the hardware store where you go and buy your household paint products, okay? And I've got some art brushes from the art store as well. Now I want to do some clouds, so I'm just going to use my fan brush to apply the colour of the clouds onto the canvas. And I want some sort of australis sweeping up in the top of this sky, and then we'll have some in the horizon. So I'm virtually stamping that on the way I would probably like it. Let's say like that. Now I'm grabbing my blending brush, a paper towel, and I want to blend this into that wet blue underneath. See what that's doing? How that acrylic's working like an oil now? That's because I conditioned the canvas with that craft paint mixed with the retarder. Alright? And it's allowing that to stay wet longer, hence being able to blend. And now I'm in the sky, I've got some beautiful high australis clouds sitting in that blue. And I can paint that blue the way I want it now. So I've cleaned that fan brush and I'm ready to apply some more australis clouds. So don't think about them, just put them on there. That'll do. wipe your blending brush. Buy some brushes you're going to use for blending and practice working with them before you do them in a painting so you know how they're going to work for you, okay? And we want to blend this high Australis clouds up into the sky as well. And there's sometimes these do lay across the sky in bands, so that's the sort of flavour I've gone for here. And then we'll put our clouds down in the horizon. That's your sky done. Depending how you want to do your clouds, you can just do one big fluffy one there if you want, but then that's your cloud session done. Now I've got some mid-tone grey. I've got a smaller fan brush. I'm going to pick up some of that magenta and I want to mix a shadow colour here. Nothing too... If you don't have magenta, just find a red. See, there we go there. We've got a shadow colour for our clouds ready to rock and roll. Now I want to pick up the white again and do some clouds down in the bottom horizon line. And I want some of that tone there on top of the clouds. I don't want to go and put the clouds on top of it, so my horizon line is slowly sunk now. But anyway, these are going to dance across. So I'm dancing this on, trying to lay that heavy white paint onto the canvas. Stop when you feel it's running away. And I just want to blend the bottom delicately into the lower half of the painting. Tickle the tops just a little bit, giving it some body, because we're going to put shadow in this later. Okay, there's one section. I might come a little bit lower than that and a bit higher. Oh, that's very thick paint, Mr. Ianapolis. Coming along here. And we'll do the same to that. Put your brush down and blend that down. So I'm stamping, flattening it down first, stamping it, wiping the build up off the brush, and then I want to blend the bottom down to the lower half of the painting area. I'm sort of giving these a bum. Alright, now I'm picking up that shadow colour that I mixed up with the grey and the magenta, and we want to lace the bottom of the cloud on with this. So we're lacing the bum of the cloud on there, and we want to softly dance that into the cloud. Like I said, practice blending if you haven't done this before, so as you know your painting is going to work. We've got our clouds at a two-tone stage. We'll do a bit more, get some in here. And blend that up as well. So now they've got a bit of a dark bottom on them. I just saved some of that horizon line coloured area that I put on there, so I didn't go too far into that. Now we've done that, we're just going to put the yumminess on them now. So work out where you want this to go. Like I want to put that there, and you're sort of doing it in between the white and the grey, just like that. Grab a blending brush and leave that sharp white there, and you're putting some dimension, the third dimension, into your cloud, okay? Leaving some sharp, bright, vibrant areas over your cloud. And we'll quickly do this one. So we're putting the yumminess and sit it down, but leaving the brightness of it there. All right. I'm feeling with this one, I want to bring some atmosphere down to the water, so I'm going to find, this top area of this cloud that I'm putting on now, I do not want to disturb it. I just want to blend. I'll show you right here with this bit. I want to bring all that down into the atmosphere, so I'm going to glare it down into nothing. Okay, just like that. and that'll be meeting the horizon line of the water out there, okay? And if you feel it needs more white down there, just place it there like that, just so you got something to blend down into the atmosphere, so it's all sort of glary, smoky under that layer of bottom clouds you put on there. And hopefully this has created that sphere shape when we're looking at this painting. So when you're looking out into the ocean there, you've got that round shape. I don't like the way there's 3, so I'm just sort of disturbing that. That'll do it. Now this is dry, and we have our sky. We've got all our elements in the sky now. We've obviously got the blue tone value of the sky. I've got some high Australis clouds up here. I've got a slightly polluted area down the bottom where the sun's hitting. I call it a polluted, but it's probably the lowing sun hitting it. And we've got our band of clouds way over there on the horizon line. And we're going to put our water level to the right spot so it makes sense. If anything, I ended up coming too low. I would have liked this to be up here a bit more, because now I've got less room for my water and shoreline. But we'll get by. Okay, I've put some low tack tape where I want my horizon line to be, and then we're going to start putting the water out here darker, coming to more of a turquoisey colour to the shore. So I've added some phthalo turquoise, or just turquoise. I'm going to pick up some of the phthalo blue, and I want to put some of the turquoise in there, because this is going to be my darker horizon line area out here, okay? And I want to get this against the tape there. See, I need a bit more water on that brush. It's a little bit draggy, I can see. All right, that'll do. Now I'm going to clean this brush, I think, so I can pick up the turquoise. Now we'll pick up some turquoise, and I want to bring this from there up to the blue. Up there, that's it. Use what brush you feel comfortable applying this area of your painting onto the canvas. Doesn't have to be the same one that I'm using. I'll just use whatever, because some brushes are more comfortable and you're used to them more than others. Now I've got some flow white. I want to get some of that onto my brush and into the mix up there, which could be the lighter blue, which is there. I want to try and lighten all that up there if I can, because it's very dark. Pick up some more of the flow white and create your lighter. There we go. If you feel your flow white is too soft and washing away into everything, use your titanium white, but there we go. Just so long as that horizon is dark. That's dark enough. Now I have raw umber. I'll save some of this flowing white. I want to mix 3 values of this. Okay. I want the colour from the tube, and I want some very lighter values here. So now this is going to be the sand dune sand. Okay, I've got a lot of the dark colour still in my brush, so I'm going to wipe that bulk off it, and this is going to be the lighter value. So I've got a very light value, and I'll just use that raw umber there. So we've got the tube, the middle tone and the lighter tone. Alright, so I want to get the darker tone meeting the water here, because this is going to be the wet sand with the shadow. Now get that onto your water just like that. You can bleed it up into there somewhere just like that, into this lighter turquoise. Doesn't have to be all in a straight line either. Put some charisma into your work. Break it up a bit. Now we'll go for the medium value. Now I want this bleeding into that darker colour, okay? Get a bit more of this. Bleeding into the darker colour. Just like that. Just kill the join there in the two colours. And if you feel you've lost too much of your dark, by all means put it back. Now I want to pick up the lighter value of the palette here, just to finish our sand dunes, or sand laying on the beach. And I just want to gradient the joins together, pick up some more of the dark, because I feel that dark can go a bit more. Somewhere in that band, play with it. There we go. Well, let's pull this tape off. And I've lightly dried that water because I don't want it wet where my wave colours are going to mud up with it. I want them to sort of be visual on top there. Now I've got a flathead brush and I've got my small blending brush. It did start life as a flathead brush, but over time it's munted itself up and it's a beautiful little blending brush. So I want to put some simple waves here. I've got the blue from the sky and I want to have some tainted white just like that. Very little amount of blue. So back out here on the ocean, where will we want to go? I want something sort of break away out the distance. I'm just using my stick and we want some sort of, keep these straight, okay? These are just breakers out there. All in all, this is going to be a good seascape type of painting. We can probably put some, I don't know, these are distant out there, okay? That's all it is. See how easy that was? Now we want to bring closer wave to us. So we'll pretty much take advantage of this dark band that I've got here, and I'll come across here, and I'm going to come across there, and it's going to come across there. And then we want to bring it down. I'm bringing that wave down. Okay, sort of like that. I need a bit of water on that brush. It's too clumping up. Just so you can see what I'm trying to do. There we go, a little wave like that. And if anything, it's left open on the ends. So there's our wave. Now we'll get something just breaking in front of it, because, well, I haven't got room now. I've lost a lot of room, so I think we'll put our bands here. This is all the, so that water there, I'll put that bit on. I'll grab that little scrumbling brush. I'll move that stick out of the way now. And I want to scrumble the top of that back into the ocean. Just on a horizontal motion, not up and down. So I'm trying to get some bands out here now. Just like that, and scrumble the top of that line back into our ocean. And this isn't pure white, because if I need to, I can, let me get this back again. I can highlight this with pure white if it's lacking something of that. Okay, get something about here. Just scrumble the top back. Take your time with this. Wipe your brush if it's smearing. You don't want it to smear, you want it to blend and scrumble. Leave that dark under that wave there. And this always looks nice in a few layers. So I might put one about here somewhere. Coming on a scalloping angle, if anything, like a broad smiling face. And you can see, I hope, yeah, we're getting that sort of soft stuff pushing against the shore. Come against that dark area there. Try not to make patterns, groups of threes or anything. I get that happening quite a bit, and you need to step back from your painting and have a look. We'll come off and back up into the painting there like that. Because the water's over the wet sand. I suppose if you had a reference picture, you can put the exact shadow, you've got something to copy. Okay, I've cleaned that brush and I've just picked up some titanium white, some clean stuff, pure white, and we can just highlight some of those waves and water action. So I want some distinctive here coming down. So that dirty white has acted like the depth and the shadow of our wave. This is just a little thumping wave, just thumping down on the water there. And be sure to give it a bit of nonsensy, dotty mix up here, leaving some of that tainted white there so you can see the difference. Looking alright? Yeah, that's doing the job, that's doing the job. I have to look in my monitor and it gives me a good view of how it's going. I won't do so much out there. Now I just want to put some darker values of the water back there, so I'm picking up some of the turquoise, toning it down with a little bit of white. Let's just see if I've got the right value there. No, I want it darker than that. So I'll just pick up the raw turquoise. I won't even tint it with any white. And just under that splashing of that wave, I want to carefully get it dark along there. So I'm using a smaller detail-y sort of brush, and I just want to pull that. So I'm hitting the very edge of that white of the wave and then pulling it forward so it's merging out into the lighter water there. I'm hoping that's doing all right. Yeah, that's doing it. So I'll probably turn the camera off and do this all the way along. Right, I'm just adding these darker values where it's hitting the sand now. This is just the turquoise still. I finished going along there, and now I just want to sort of get the shadow underneath the bottom of that line where the water's hitting the shore. There's something like that. Nothing too thick if you can help it. I probably could have used a different colour, but I've just gone for the turquoise. I've got it there. I'm just fixing this corner of the wave up. It was annoying me. It was just not looking right, so I've just been mucking around with it until I get the values of the shape and the colours right. I think that's probably going to do it now. Now I'm grabbing the raw umber again with some of the white, because I've lost all that. It's gone to buggery. I want to create their light colour again, and I might have something about here, say. So if anything, I'm going to have this like that, coming into this light. Just comes straight off the painting. Get that a bit sharper there. Doesn't have to be too sharp, but there we go. I probably could go up there a little bit, I think, just for the come off. I always like to come off the edge instead of down the edge. That'll do. Merge that into there. Get some of that darker value back from that one. There we go, just so they sort of meet. There we go. Oh, get in there. Now I just want to put a simple tree here, something a beginner can do. So I've got this brush, this is from the art store. It's like a 1.5 or 2 inch one. It's hog bristle, I think, but it's quite coarse and scratchy. I've just dampened the tip of it, and I want to pick up some just simple forest green, okay? Forest green. So I've scratched it on, so I've opened the edges. You can get proper scenery brushes for this. All right, and how big do you want it? Oh, actually, I might come off the painting. So the actual thing's about here, so I'll do the middle bit. Get that top real scratchy. There's the tree there, and I want it sort of coming around like this, okay? So we'll put another one about there, and a lower bit about there, just so we've got something to shadow onto our dune. Now, do yourself a favour and try and get some air in the middle of it. You don't want it all solid. The very centre bit you can have solid, it's all right. But I mean the edge. Have it all whispery and broken out there. Alright, I've mixed up some French ultramarine and some of the quinacridone magenta just so I can get a shadow colour of this shrub somewhere. So we've got the shadow, and it's because we've got light in there, there's going to be light breaking up in our shadow as well. So it's not just a big blob. That can come all the way down off the page there, I suppose. And if you feel that's too purple, I'll just put a bit of the green with it, because that does look a bit damn purple. And let's get this tracing on there like that. Okay, I'm just darkening up that shadow. I've just put the littlest bit of black with that mix because it was looking a bit light, vibrant and purpley. And I want it dense and dark, but not black, if you know what I mean. Now I've dried it. Oh, I better get the shadow over here as well, because the shadow's all around. Now look, it's going to stamp on there and not mud up. It's doing what I want now. That'll do. And if you feel, just as an example, I've got some of that sand colour again. If you feel you've done too much, put some lighter values back into your shadow there, just like that, okay? Now that brush, I haven't washed it, and I've just got some cadmium yellow light, and I'm going to bomb that into the brush now. I'll dampen it just the tidbit, because we want to like get a yellow green going, all right? And we'll just simply highlight this tree. Who knows, obviously the sun is coming from the left side there, so I'm going to, if anything, just make some sort of dune bush, whatever, you know, the ones that grow on the beach. I don't know exactly what they look like, but I know they're there. Try and keep the bottom of your bush dark. And just to sit that down, we'll probably put a little ground bush there, so it looks like something's on the ground. Some grass growing there. Now I'm just grabbing my little detail brush, the one I use for scrumbling, and I'm picking up the yellow. It's probably got the minutest little bit of greens with it. Now that looks a bit wet. I don't want it too wet, but I just wanted enough to highlight this. How's that looking? Let me have a look. Come out of that dark colour a bit. Don't stay beyond it. Come out of it with your highlights. Yeah, so we're getting that kind of conifer. Hopefully it's the sort of tree that lives on the beach. Get some of this out here. Okay, let's just finish this off. I picked up the burnt umber and I want to put sort of, I don't know, someone put a bit of a dune fence out there, so we'll put it in. It's coming up there, if you could see what I mean. Okay, just so as they're not floating, we'll get some sort of a shadow. Wow, I should have thought of this. The shadow's got to sort of come this way to make sense with the shadow of the tree. So there's not much on my brush, but I'm just pulling it from the bottom. The other one won't have one because you can't see the bottom of it. Okay, but we've got, put that back. Now we'll highlight those. So we'll just grab some of the lighter colour down here. And on the left hand side of these we can just give them a bit of a highlight. Scramble it together if you want to. Work out what's going to work for you, what colour. Sometimes you'll have your own habits. Now I didn't dry any of that. See how it's mudding up and it's not doing the job. Watch when I dry it. I'm just going to dry it. Okay, I've just dried that off camera. Now we'll put our highlight on. See what I mean when I said before, dry between every layer and you'll have paint building up on top of everything the way you want it. Let's just get some of this highlighted down here. Now down here, I'll just clean that brush quickly. Where's our white? Pick up some white. So pretty much the top here. Now I've grabbed a script liner with the lighter colour there, and I want to come in the post, stop to that side of the post. See what I've done? I'm going to come in that dark bit, come there, and then I'm going to come in again and just bring it off the painting. That one can be a bit darker because it's on the other. Okay, so we'll mix that to the right temperament so that it's not too bright clashing, and we're going to do that in a rickety rackety way. There we go. I've pretty much got two colours on the brush there. And you can have what? 3, 2, 4 strings going across your fence. Okay, they are a bit bright, so I'm going to go now. I've just got black. Don't want it's too thick though, just get some black wire or whatever it is. It's your painting, you make up what it is. And this is going to make sense with the values a bit better than what that light and dark brown there. See, I just learnt something. Because sometimes I've seen like wire in the sunlight and it's just black. That's what made me think, you know, black's going to work for here. I'm trying to put lights and darks and mixing it up all over the place and it wasn't working. So there you go, you saw me fix up a silly mistake. That one can come off the painting there like that. And this one can come off there like that. Now we'll give this a signature, and just remember all my tutorials are for sale. There's a link in the description below and you can go to my album What Paintings Are Available for Sale. You can also see my video catalogue, just how many videos I have on my YouTube channel. There's over 200 there. And you can follow me on Facebook. Now we'll just put a frame on this and see how it looks. Oh yeah, seascapes always look good with a white border in a frame. Alright, that's not too shabby. It's a simple, easy painting for you beginners to get your gloved hands and paintbrushes onto, alright? I hope you had fun watching this video. I had fun painting it and making it anyway. It was great, alright? Share, like and subscribe to my channel. And tell your friends if you like what you saw today. But if you don't, tell everybody, okay? Goodbye, good luck, and good on you.